Hi guys, my name is Elle and welcome to my channel, Elle's a Name. Pretty much every day when I was in the hospital I had a blood test that was normally done after breakfast, if I remember correctly. That's just to check something called my CK levels, which are creatine kinase that is released especially during rhabdomyolysis. You normally have it in your blood anyway. It's normally between, I think it's 40 to 200 is the number that it should be between. When I was admitted it was around 200,000, so that is quite high compared to the norms. So I had a blood test every day apart from one, I believe, and there was also one day where I had 8 vials taken from me rather than 1 or 2, and that was painful at this stage. So my arms, so one arm would have a cannula in and the other arm over here would have a blood test, and you have to have the cannula removed after a certain amount of days because then it becomes unhygienic and you need to keep it clean as well, so you need a new one in. And it starts to bruise, like my arm's coming out, and I do have pictures of these as well, were bruised all over here and all over here as well. And there was one point where they couldn't find my vein where they wanted it around. I'll show you on this arm. So around here on my left arm, so this is my right, I'm trying to find my vein here, and I'm telling you my veins are not that prominent, so you can't see them very well, especially when you're ill, so they're kind of hiding. So she tries to do them there. I think she may be a student nurse, but I can't recall correctly. It's not the normal nurse I do see. So she tried to put it in there and it didn't go through. She got my muscle, I think, because that's what it felt like. And I felt so sorry for the patients around me because I cried, screamed, squealed, everything. I'm hoping I wasn't that loud, but oh my gosh, it was painful. So they tried again here in the elbow. The reason they did try that at the start was because I was so bruised, so they tried it again and got another nurse to do it, and she's a nurse I normally see around on the ward. She's absolutely lovely. I won't name her name just in case because I haven't asked permission, but she's really lovely and she got it in first time, so it's no problem. And it does hurt when it's bruised, but you just got to take it because you've got to have no cannula in. What's really annoying is when you have cannula in, so you have cannula in here, you have tape to keep it in place. So when you go for a shower every day, you should do, because you need to keep hygienic. It begins to not exactly peel away, but the ends start to lift up a little bit, and it gets really, really annoying. And eventually you just have to have your cannula changed. I did ask at one point to have tape over it again because it was moving, but that's alright. Okay guys, so it's time for a funny story. So I was in my bed and there was a woman not directly in front of me but to the right, and it's time for a blood test. So they're coming around and they have the phlebotomist. I'm gonna double check that, but I think that's how you say it. I might be completely wrong, in which case I do apologise. Comes round to take your blood, and they haven't got over to me yet. So there's 2 of them, and one, I can't remember which one number I was. It might be a 3 or 5, but it's numbers that can get mixed up when you write them down. So I'm watching other people get their blood tests, or trying to, because I'm trying to get over my fear of blood tests. So when people don't mind, I'm just subtly looking over, see how it goes, because the the curtains are not enclosed when you have your blood test unless you specify otherwise. So this lady opposite me, she is having her blood test done, and she is quite elderly compared to myself. So she's having her blood test done, and she's bossing it. She's sitting down in a chair, arm out, and they're done. No signs of pain in her face, no squealing, no screaming, no crying, nothing like me. She has it done, and it comes around to doing my one, and one of the nurses, I believe, she said, oh, have you done, for example, say I'm number 5, have you done number 5's tests? He said no, it was supposed to be number 5. It's like, yeah, you wrote it down. And her face was like, she just done number 3. So that elderly lady that she'd just done was supposed to be for me. She was supposed to take my blood instead of hers. So it's no problem, because you do still sometimes need to get your blood tests. So they just sent her bloods to the labs and found her results for whatever I was supposed to be tested for. She comes around and do mine. I'm thinking, oh my days, if that was me and you just took my blood and you weren't supposed to, I'll be kicking up a fuss. And I wouldn't say it, of course. In my head I'm like, you really just took some blood from me and I don't like blood tests? But no, she was cool with it, so came over to me. And that is the end of my funny story, blood test mix up.